good.
Hello and welcome to Unprofessional Engineering, live from Autodesk University 2018. My name is James.
And you got Luke.
And Luke, we're sitting here with another special guest and another AEC Excellence Award winner.
Matthias Kuhn from Basler and Hoffman. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, hi.
Thank you for joining us. And first of all, congratulations on the award. What was the specific award that you received? Because I know there was a range of awards that they were giving away.
Thanks a lot. So we got the award for a small building.
Okay. So when you say small, like what's the...
it's really small, so it's a few $1 million.
Really small, just a few million.
Yeah, it's an extension to an office building.
Okay.
So our company, we're growing every now and then, and so we had to add a bit more catering space and office space, floor space.
Okay.
Could you give us a quick breakdown of what it is that your company does?
We're an engineering company, so we're doing everything that has to do with the built or natural environment. We have about 800 employees. Most of them are based in the area of Zurich, in Switzerland, but we also have offices in Germany, in Slovakia, and in Singapore.
Oh, okay.
And is there a specialization that you guys focus on?
No, we're doing pretty much everything that has to do with buildings or civil engineering.
Okay.
And what is it that you do in particular there?
So normally I'm a bridge engineer.
Like a bridge, like you drive across.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like over a river.
And yeah, that's about it.
Okay.
In this case, I'm also a bridge engineer, but I'm trying to bridge the gap between traditional planning processes and the future.
Okay, and could you tell us a little bit about the specific project that you were working on to win this amazing award?
So usually if we build for us, we try to use this project as for an innovation.
Okay.
To learn for us and for our clients. And in this case, we decided to learn as much as possible about BIM, building information modeling.
Because this was relatively new for you, the BIM, correct?
Yeah, well, we've been working with software such as Revit since about 2011.
Okay.
But it never really took off.
Okay.
So that's really the first project where we go to the edge.
Okay.
Why do you think it never took off?
It wasn't necessary. People didn't ask for it. They didn't understand the benefits of it.
Okay.
And suddenly it just started about 2 years ago. Everyone's talking about it, and people are starting to understand how these things work.
Oh.
So is the idea now that you've kind of did this, I'll say it's like a pilot project almost for you.
Yeah.
Now, is this going to be a regular thing that you're doing, including BIM 360 in all the upcoming projects, or is it still going to be one of those if it needs that level of sophistication?
So I think it is, and it will be a lighthouse project or a pilot project for the next 1 or 2 years. But we learned a lot, so we've formed about 30 of our drafters to work with Revit, for example.
Okay.
Also with that project. And so we're using some of the information or learnings from that project for other projects.
So I was reading a little bit about what the project was. A 3-story addition, including a cafeteria, 350 square meters, which I don't really know how big that is.
Meters is like 7,000 miles.
7,000 miles, okay, that sounds about right.
That's about it.
I'm bad with the conversions.
And then more, but my favorite part was the photovoltaic cells to provide, sustainable energy, because we're all about sustainability here. Could you tell me a little bit about that? Like, why did you choose to do this? Was it difficult to implement?
So look, I think, or we think as a company that we need to produce as much energy from the sun and other natural resources as we can. And in this project we decided to basically put PV on all the closed surfaces.
Okay.
There is another building of ours just nearby, which is more or less, it's a power plant and an office building. And we're trying to do the same here. So all the closed surfaces are covered with PV, also because these elements, they're getting cheaper and cheaper, so it's a design element.
Do you know what percentage it's powering the building now?
Well, it's an attachment to an existing building built in the 1996 or something like that.
So not a lot.
It's not a lot.
Okay.
But it's better than nothing.
Of course.
So what was the initial decision? You mentioned, this is kind of like that lighthouse project for you. Like, what was the initial decision to move to something or to implement BIM 360 in this project? Like, what was the reason for it?
Look, we knew that we had to do something.
Okay.
We had to get in contact with these technologies. And BIM 360 was eventually implemented when we got in contact with the contractor.
Okay.
So it was our mean to get in contact to send them the models so that they can access them in real time and they can build using the models. So on this project we don't have any paper drawings.
So it gave you a much better connection with the contractor than you would have had any other way.
So normally you make these paper plans and you print them, and you don't have real-time version control on these as soon as they're printed. And in this case we basically gave them access to the model in real time. We didn't make any drawings, and that actually worked.
Zero drawings.
Well, we had to do drawings to get the building permit.
to get the stamps.
Yeah.
But other than that, for construction purposes, there was not a single printed.
No. And that worked, and that worked really, really well.
Did you have trouble getting the whole team to adopt that? Because I know I don't like change, so that's kind of a big change to go into a project with.
Yeah, I imagine you had some old timers that maybe just wanted.
It's not the old timers actually.
Really?
We had the guy from the rebar company. He was about 70 years old. He just bought a few iPads, went on another construction site, and made a casting with these guys.
So I love it. That's awesome.
Really?
So that actually works, and it works really, really well. The foreman of the construction site told us that he's concerned that he would have to work on another construction site, again on a conventional one.
Without having the iPads and dealing with printed out-of-date documentation.
So people told us that we would have to buy like 100 iPads because they will break every second day.
Yeah.
And we still have the first ones.
An added expense that wasn't expected, all of the iPads. All right, so I see that you were doing a lot of live, or at least some live modeling directly on the job site. Did that help with any either cost or avoiding conflicts that might have otherwise happened?
So the contractor tells us that the project is much more evolved. They have less problems on site. But because it's a pilot project, also for the contractor, they add a bit of a fee for risk. So it's probably next or third project where we get the benefit from these things.
Okay. So do you have anything either current or on the horizon that you think is going to be your next project you're going to do with BIM 360?
Your next award winner that you're coming back with.
We're still looking for that one.
Okay.
Well, we're actually waiting for a client to come to us and
Okay.
Fair enough. Okay, and last but not least, first off, I guess, other than this interview, which was pretty amazing, what has been the highlight of AU for you thus far, and what are you looking forward to for the rest of it?
Well, I just went to the general session. That was amazing. I've never seen anything like that before. So I'm really looking forward to all the interesting sessions, mostly focused on generative design and civil structures.
Okay.
So that's what I'm interested
So this is your first Autodesk University?
Yeah, it's my first.
Oh, well, welcome.
And you won an award at the first one. How great is that?
Yeah, it's amazing.
That's going to set a pretty big
That's what I was
expectation
thinking.
for like future Autodesk Universities for you.
Yeah, well, there are other great people out there as well.
So you mentioned, you just mentioned generative. And when I think of generative design, I tend to think of more mechanical applications. When you're talking generative, and it's in the design space that you're working in with buildings, so you're thinking of generative design at that level for building construction. Is that the...
Yeah, I think it's an option there as well.
Okay.
Just look at the floor plan, the columns where we have them. I think there's lots of room for improvement.
Okay.
Great. Well, I think that's all that I have.
Yeah,
Luke, anything else?
No, this was great. We really appreciate being here. Congratulations again on
guys.
your award, and hopefully you win one next year with another big project.
We'll see.
And we'll have you back.
Great.
Thanks
Thank you
again.
very much.
Awesome.
Bye
Thanks
now.
a lot. Bye-bye.